All right, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Word with Ty Brownlow. I am your host, Ty Brownlow. And remember, no one is worthless. No story is worthless. And today, ladies and gentlemen, I have a very special guest for you. Got a couple of words about my guest. Here they are. Guardian, service, entrepreneur, Bronx, all the way from the boogie down. Everybody, put your hands together for Mr. Calvin Thomas. How are you, sir?
Doing okay. I'm doing okay.
All right, yeah. all right. Okay, well, that's what's going on, man. Now, in the words I used to describe you, one of them was Guardian. And I just want to go into your story because you have quite an interesting story. And you spent 20 years as a New York City police officer in the Bronx. I'm pretty sure you have lots and lots and lots of stories. Just take us through your background because your background sort of plays into what's going on now.
Okay. So I grew up in Manhattan, over in Washington Heights.
Okay. So
that's where I started out. Single moms. Like 4 brothers and sisters at the time.
Okay.
It was actually 4 of us. 4 of us. And then how I end up with the NYPD, we was kind of in the struggle, family was in the struggle. So, just probably many other families, same as normal. But at age 17, I had a friend of mine told me, let's take the police test. This is back in 1988. He said, let's take the police test, which, my family was a police officer and anything. We was always looking for work. I started working at age 12. I started working early. So I started packing bags in the supermarket, delivering newspapers. Right. Then by the time at 14, I was doing summer youth. Right. 14 and 15 doing summer youth. And then as soon as I was 16, my birthday's in December. In January, I was 16. I had a job in Roy Rogers.
So okay, all right.
Rogers thing, 40 hours a week in high school, and I was 16 years old. So I worked that job. Then I had all kind of jobs. Did Yankee Stadium, Coward Shoe Store. These are teenage years, 16, 17.
Right.
And then at 19, I got a job with UPS.
Okay.
So I was doing UPS at 19.
All right.
I did the UPS job at 19. And then, but I was 17, my buddy of mine, he was always working jobs together. Me and him did the same thing. We was working, trying to find a way to make money. Right. He said, let's take the police test. So I just went out and did the application and did it. He actually didn't do it. So I sent the application in at 17. Yep. And then I took the test and when I was 17 in June. I all about it. When I was 19 years old, when I was working at UPS, they gave me a call and said, I've been called, and they started to investigate me. And for a whole year. And then next year, I was 20 years old. In April, they swore me in as a police officer. I don't know how it happened. It just happened like that.
Wow. Okay. So first and foremost, it was off a dare that the other person didn't even go through with. And I'm just going to say this, man. Like, I'm in Chicago, but I have friends who are in the Bronx. And on the chat, I can understand, just as you're telling your story, it sounds like a story that they would say. And I'm like, you know what? Man, that sounds like 2 people I know right now, that will pull something like that. Like, dude.
That's exactly how it happened. It's like, I went to the New York Public Library and filled out an application, and that was it. And that's how it happened. Yep.
Wow. Okay. And I mean, it's like the time goes by, you're sitting at UPS doing what you normally do, and then all of a sudden, they're like, come on over here, you know what I'm saying? Because I guess, you're that like of age almost pretty much at that point, you're 20, about 21. So why not, man? Okay. All right. All right. So you transition through all that, spent 20 years as a cop, but man, you leave that life, but you're still in the Bronx though, correct?
Correct, yep.
Okay, So man, you start PostNet. You are the franchise owner of PostNet, all right? So first and foremost, man, just tell the people out there what PostNet does. What do you do for the people in your community?
So PostNet is a franchise, and it's a very good franchise. And what PostNet did, we cater to the community needs and business needs, which is by shipping, mainly shipping and printing, and we also do a lot of other business services. So we're able to do UPS, FedEx, DHL, and we're able to do United States Post Office, USPS. Now, the FedEx office and UPS stores, they only can do UPS, FedEx only do FedEx. So our systems, we can pull up all rates and everything. So we're able to do any type of, your shipping needs, we can give you all the different, from all the services.
Okay.
One spot.
Okay, so.
And then on top of, yeah,
come on now.
Yeah. So, we do that, and then we take all your drop-off, your Amazon returns, your drop-offs, we're able to take that, because all the drivers pick up every day from our locations. So we get to take, anything we have. And then on top of that, we're a full service printer. We can do anything from walk up, print on demand to 1,000 flyers, 10,000 business cards, whatever. We're able to handle that also.
Okay.
Yeah.
So stop. So let's just backtrack a little bit here, man. Okay. Now, first and foremost, let me just say, I think it's dope that you're offering like the one-stop shop for everything, especially like, man, look, we know how things are, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to go like 4 or 5 miles just to like drop off a package, and you just may not have the money to get there, but you may have the money like to ship the package, but you may not have the money to get there. What you're offering, and especially from all aspects, man, like you said, everybody pick up from you. Everybody. So
all the drivers,
there's not one coming through here that, man, you can drop off your stuff here, you can pick up from here, you're giving out like, printing and things of that nature. Now I'm gonna ask, why is that necessary for small businesses in the neighborhoods that you service as well?
So, because I know when I was working in the Bronx as a police officer, I was able to really get, I was in people's houses all day. I stay in patrol all the time. So I was meeting so many good people, right. Just because you might be living in a certain area. I grew up in that kind of way, and I know it's still good people there.
Right. And
I know, it's people, they have money, they make an income, they just happen to live in a certain area. Everybody kind of just look at the bad parts of town. Right. And I know the community is tremendously underserved in the Bronx. You understand? It was no UPS stores in the Bronx, no FedEx office stores in the Bronx. So that would be my competitor. So I knew the services was needed. So when I first reached out to the franchise, I was like, no, I want to open in the Bronx. I don't want to go to Manhattan. I don't want to go to Queens. I ain't going to Westchester, because that was their motto. Suburban area. I said, no, I'm gonna take them to the urban area, because I know the service is needed. So I know, somebody needs to take a passport photo. You just need a couple of copies. You need a notary. You need your mailbox. You want to receive your packages. A lot of little services. So you need to fax something. You need to scan something to email. We offer all these services, and it's a need-based service. You don't know you need it till you need it. It's like an impulse type.
So look, you hitting right on the point. You don't know you need it until you need it. And as you hit on another good point, just like in your past, working in the past, you've been up in houses where there's been good people. They just live, circumstances happen for certain, people throughout life, but it don't mean that they're bad people. It's just circumstance. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But still at the same time, they're working people. They need things. Like you just said, passport. Like I know there's people like in the hood, as they say, they go out of the country. You may not think they're going out of the country, but they're going out of the country. Yeah, I'm going for the weekend. Yeah, they're going for the weekend, all right. But
Yes.
But to come to you and, hey, I don't have to go all the way to Manhattan. I don't have to go all the way uptown, or I don't have to go all the way here or there. Man, I could go right here, get everything I need. Yes. Man, I need the passport picture. Boom. I need this. So let me ask, do you offer like the notary services and things of that nature as well?
Yep, we offer notary service. We have computer rentals. They can scan the email. They can print from their email. Just a lot of little headache things. We're saving time and convenience. That's the main goal. Problem solver, saving time and convenience. So you come in.
That's my point.
Yep.
That's my point. Time and convenience. Man, look, all my people in the BX, man just told me, PostNet. Holla at him. I'm telling you, hey. So
yeah.
Look, let me just ask a couple of questions here. Now, sitting here talking to you and just putting everything in perspective, and especially what's going on during these times with the pandemic. You got COVID, people don't really want to be hand in hand, or or you have all types of restrictions and things of that nature. How can thriving small businesses, like continue to thrive in COVID, in your opinion?
COVID. I mean, with any business, the most important thing, besides COVID, it's customer service. You understand? People just like to be, you got to treat people right. You understand? And I mean, genuine. It's just a genuine, however you genuinely are with people. It's not like the robotic answer, oh, welcome to this place because somebody told you to say it. You got to genuinely have concern, want to help people. And then you just expand it with COVID because, people always going through stressful situations. You don't know what somebody got to deal with. You don't know what they dealt with before they walk in your store. You don't know what they got to deal with when they walk out of your store. So you want to make the most pleasant environment. So with COVID, main thing we do with the customer service, we try to make sure we keep the stores, as clean as possible. Everybody wearing their masks. Just try to follow all the protocols and guidelines. Make them feel warm in the speed. Get them in and out. Yeah.
Okay. All right, man. Efficiency, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. So another question. Now you started, as you said before, they wanted you to go to Manhattan. You didn't want to go to Manhattan. You wanted to stay where you were and build from there. How can someone like start a franchise and succeed in their own areas? Like what are some of the tools like starting out? You may have somebody sitting at home, you know what? I think we can use this here in the neighborhood because look, there's not one of these for like 10, 15 miles, or we may have to go to the suburbs to get X, Y, and Z, So how can one start a franchise and succeed?
So I'll give you an idea how I started. I guess I'll start there. Like how I started, I had 3 years left. I knew I was eligible to retire from NYPDs, I knew I didn't want to do any more police work when I retired. Believe me, I love the job, great camaraderie. But so I just started looking at franchises. And I had no business experience, never went to business school. I went to New York City College for a couple of years. But I never got no degree in anything, So highest I got was high school diploma. I was no A student, I was a DC student, I didn't apply myself mentally, which I wish I should have. Right. But I was able to graduate my diploma on time. And so when I went to the franchise, I was just like, I know I went to own my own business. So I looked at a bunch of different, I used to get the emails and look through the websites of different franchises. So I just came across PostNet. And the reason that kind of attracted to me, it had the shipping and the printing. And I knew what I kind of said, I don't have to stay open 24 hours. I don't have to have a large inventory. And, I didn't need a huge staff to manage it. And I knew it was no PostNets that I was aware of in the Bronx. I know it was 2 in Manhattan at the time, but those 2 closed. And I said, let me just, give it a shot. So, went and spoke with them. I like what they said. They kind of like me. We agreed. And that's when it started. It started back in 2007 when I first signed an agreement. And then I opened up a 2-8 in 2008. So when I opened, I just went and did it. And I knew it was already, I learned the way how to, talk to people and deal with people. Believe it or not, from the police force, you're dealing with people at their worst, at their highest stress moments. And, you learn how to communicate very well, and the franchise taught me when I went through training, it's like customer service is big. And the only thing I can tell you is I just applied customer service when I opened. I had a huge learning curve. I didn't know anything about profit loss. I didn't know anything about balance sheet, nothing about accounting. I knew nothing about marketing. I didn't know anything about anything. Right. All I did was just follow their motto. And then when somebody walked through my door, I had read another book, 17 Principles of the Success by Napoleon Hill. And I kind of practice what I kind of learned from that book. You just treat people right. And, and it's just fortunate that I built an organic base of word of mouth of customers who just keep coming back. It wasn't a huge marketing play. It wasn't anything. It just took time. So I started with that one store in 2008 when I opened in February. And then in 2016, opened in December 2016, I opened my second store. In December 2018, I opened my third store. In December 2020, I opened my 4th store. So I just opened my 4th store. They all in the Bronx. and it's just built out the same way organically. Yep.
Man, yo, that is dope. And I love the story too, because it's like organic. Like, look, yeah, and trust me, brother, it's like a million people sitting around like right now, man. Like, look, trust me. I don't have the business knowledge, but I know I want to start a business. See, and I think everybody feels as if sometimes, man, I need to go to business school, or I need to do this, or I need to do that. But I just think it's the fear at times. But as you said, man, just get out there, and customers treat people the way you would want to be treated coming in. And that way that spreads word of mouth, which is organic, and the good thing for you, man, the word of mouth was good, and that brought people through. And at the same time, you provide the need, man. People, like I said before, you don't know you need it until you need it,
Yeah.
Trust me, people need it. And man, just the fact that you built your first store, then after that you kept building, and now what, 4?
Well, we on 4 stores, 4 franchises. Yeah. They all open right now. Staff open right now. We closing at 6 p.m. And, a little while we get ready to close. Yep.
Okay, all right. BX, hey, come on now, man. That's up. All right. So look, building a brand and the purpose of giving back. Like, I just hit in on that a little bit, but talk a little bit more about that, man.
Yeah. So your brand. Yeah. So you have to. It's your reputation. It's your integrity. It's your ethics, and you have to not only and you taking a responsibility for everything and taking ownership. So you can't assume people are smart, and they're not stupid, and they understand what's going on. Not all people speak like that. Will tell you that they had a bad experience. They just like, no, I got better on my time someplace. So you have to be mindful of all that, and you just have to really put an effort into that. That's how you build out. And I think if you have a definition of purpose, what I mean, if you really believe you want to do something, right, and you just you really focus on it. Like, how can I give an example? Like, it's like a cliche. Oh, you just work hard, or you just go ahead and do it. I guess I don't want to say like a cliche, but if you kind of like have that burning desire for love, that is the same thing, but you just kind of want to be focused like that. And then when you apply that focus that you just want it, and then you try to eliminate your fears from those obstacles opening a business, because I didn't have no experience. I was like, oh, you sign a commercial lease. Remember I had to go sign a commercial lease, get attorney, open up the place, sign all that stuff. I put my trust in other people. You put yourself around good people, because and they led me through the beginning part, which kind of worked out. And and then my learning curve was huge, but you learn with anything. Nothing you walk out to and just it applies to everything.
Well, and I think it's like you said, like once you got the first store and you look, valleys of working at first store, years after you got the first store, you just didn't go out and just get a second store. Years came after that, but then eventually,
like, it is.
But I think I pretty much know what it is like to run this business. I've been doing this. Okay, I'm ready to run. Man, I'm ready to open the second one. Boom. Once you open the second one, okay, 2. Oh man, not too long after that, here comes number 3. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna put number 4 over there. So pretty much at this point, as you said before, you're a franchise now. All right, just not one spot. I have 4. I have. You can come see me. Man, I possibly may have 5, coming up. Who knows, So
yeah, man, is it the plans?
Man, hey, so look, man, that is crazy. That is crazy. I just want to just okay. How do I want to phrase this question, man? I have it here, but it's like I don't want to ask it. It's so plain. But, all right. So look at man. Like being an entrepreneur, giving back. how important is that? Like, people really don't understand. Like, you building for the people. Like, tell us really what life is like being an entrepreneur, and what is the one thing people really don't understand about building a business and building a franchise,
man. So I'll start with the point of just as you say, giving back. You say paying it forward. However you want it, you do it. So I'm a firm energy you put out, you get back. And a lot of people, especially in our community, certain communities, they consistently look that they can get treated a certain way and not get a level of concierge that they believe they should get treatment. And I just try to make that the norm for them. Hey, no, you can get treated right. You can get courtesy. Just you come in here. Fortunately, to patronize for my services and give me money. That's the least I can do. You understand? But I want to give back. Give back to the community. I worked for the community when I was a cop. And I really enjoyed that. And I helped a lot of people. That's a whole nother conversation of getting into. But what I learned over time is when I started working on Roy Rogers, you work a certain way, you have a level of thinking quick and and thinking smart, just being able to make quick decisions, and you work hard, it builds it. So I built my legacy in Roy Rogers. I was never fired from a job. You understand? They always be there. And I was like, I didn't know at the time, so I did the Roy Rogers thing for a few years and I moved on. They begged me not to leave. Then I went to a Coward shoe store, I was working there. So listen, I gotta move on. They begged me not to leave, Then I'm at UPS. I'm working there. I'm like, I'm about to go. I just got hired last night at the police. I got to report to the academy in the morning. They're like, what do you mean? We'll pay you $21 an hour when you become a driver when you're 21. I'm like, nah, I got to take this benefit, And then I'm practicing those same principles. So I'm a 20-year-old kid walking into the police department. Nobody in my family's a cop, and we all know the history of blacks in the police and everything. So it's like, but and I just practiced my same principles and beliefs and walked out of that place. Legacy is deep. Well respected. Highly decorated police officer. It was extremely good. And that's the same thing to the franchise world. Just be myself. Try not to be afraid. Just speak to people clearly. Right. I'm not a person to lie or BS people. Nah, I like to get it all out the way. Because when you don't lie, you don't have to worry about having a conversation a week later saying, what did I tell this person? Everything's authentic.
True.
Well, you're not, and sometimes you're not even trying to tell a lie in a negative way. Sometimes you just misrepresent information incorrectly, which you don't have to. Sometimes you don't volunteer all information, but you just be genuine. Then when you have that conversation over and over, people recognize people, I realize, you understand? They say, that person's legit. That's the same thing I try to put into my brand in the PostNet in the Bronx. No matter what store you go to, no matter who you deal with, I expect you to get, of course we have hiccups sometimes with people not happy, you deal with, but I just try to put that through my staff and I let them know how I think, how I believe. I leave my cell phone number all over the stores. Customers can call me anytime. It doesn't matter. I'm not, I'm very transparent. I'm not hiding from anybody. Email, cell phone, if you need something, you reach me out anytime. Call, but you just, hope I didn't go on too much, but.
No, man. But you know what? I think that's real, and you really hit on some key things, man. You spoke legacy. And I think with that, by you, telling the story of all the that you've been, when you've been out, man, at the end of the day, look, you want a place to miss you. You don't want them to replace you. You want them to miss you. You know what I'm saying? For real.
Exactly.
Yes. Seriously, at the end of the day, even if you got odds with whoever that you work for, at the end of the day, when it's really real, you really want to be missed, all right? Because you feel as if you're valuable. And obviously you're valuable because everything you said you were up someplace and they're like, whoa, no, look at, no, man, look here. More money? Here you go. And it was never about the money. It was always about like moving on and just like getting closer to what you were supposed to be doing, man. So hats off, bro. Hats off, man. Yeah. So like if people like, I mean, I know you got PostNet and everything, but man, if people just like want to get in contact with you, be like, look here, man, I want you to come speak. I want you to come here, man, you know, because you have a real cool story, man. Like being an entrepreneur, like, man, service, you know, like the words that I picked, guardian, service, entrepreneur, Bronx, you know, like all that goes into what we just finished talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
you're right.
So, like if people want to get in contact with you, man, how can people get in contact with you?
I give you my email and cell phone number. I mean, my cell phone number is 917-577-3617. And my email is calvin.thomas@postnet.com.
Calvin.thomas@postnet.com. Man, look, my people in the BX, support. You already been a supporter, but you probably didn't even know who it was, but now you know who it is because I just told you.
Yeah, no, it is, yeah.
All right, so boom, there you go. All right, so Calvin, man, this brings me to the last question, the question that my show's known for, so I gotta ask it.
Okay.
All right, come on now, Mr. Calvin Thomas. What is the one word that best describes you and why?
Ooh.
One.
Oh, man.
One.
All right, give me a second here. Let's go, man.
I love that part.
One word that best describes me.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And why?
Just a few words. I guess man. What word can I choose? I'm trying to get the right word here.
Okay, that's fine. Come on now.
Yeah, this is a good question here. I mean, I didn't know it was coming, but
hey, look,
yeah.
I love this question because I love the look on people's face when I ask it. They're like, oh
man, I guess I guess a real person, you know, I would say, you know, real authentic person. I know you say one word, but I would start with real, I guess, because, you know, I'm that person that people somehow, some way, people love to open up to me and talk to me. You know, I'm a consultant, I'm a counselor, not knowing, you understand, but I'm all, you know, and people value my response and opinions, and it's been happening for years and years, which I didn't realize, which I'm all welcome with it, you know. And just in my journal day, anybody I meet, I want whenever however we meet or whatever, be nonverbal, that they feel better after contact with me or feel worse. You understand? You know, so I always want to and I'm always looking to share whatever I have to help other people, knowledge, information. You understand? So I'm not a believer like, I think it's enough for everybody to open a franchise business. So somebody came to me and said, I want to open a PostNet. How you do it? I was, no, I'm gonna keep the secret to myself. No, it's enough for everybody. I think, you know, if you do it right, it can be done. You understand? Like, so if I have knowledge and information, just when I want to join the police force, I tell my friends, yo, even though I know you say we hate the police, whatever, but listen, man, this job is for us. There's a lot of benefits with it, you know? Right. Think, you know, I got a one or two friends that did it. You know, my sister did it, so it changed their life, you know. So it's just, you know, I just try to be right with people, be real, straightforward. You know, they know what they get with me. You know, just don't play games. I don't like to play games.
Okay.
Yeah.
So look, my word for you is going to be wisdom, and I'm gonna tell you why it's going to be wisdom. Okay? And then we can go ahead and wrap it up. All right. Look, man. You know, cool thing about you and everything that you talked about, like everything that we covered, man, you know, but what you really hit on, look, I was a regular dude. I got an opportunity to start working. Once I start working, I like to, man, there's just something about working, you know. I mean, it's a service, you know what I'm saying? It's something about being serviceable, you know. Man, look, I'm good here, man, I'm leaving there, but I'm going here. Like, it's always up. but if you're carrying everything that you took with you. And like you said, every time you left, you know, it was always like, well, no. Look here. Yeah. Wisdom, brother, because if it wasn't anything less than that, they wouldn't be offering you to stay. Seriously. Like, in my opinion, if it's not anything less than that, if it's not anything less than a person learning something out and interaction with you, and it's not like, hey, you know, I went to Harvard, you know, you should come talk to me for business advice. No, look here, man. Look here. I used to be right up in here. I used to see y'all, but now I'm with y'all, you know. So, you know, don't get it twisted, you know, man. But I just took that work ethic and I just kept going. But every time I kept going, I kept gaining knowledge. Every time I kept gaining knowledge, man, I just took it to the next level. Next thing you know, I got 4 PostNets. Yeah. And I'm giving out to the hood, you know, I'm helping y'all, you know, because some of y'all don't have computers. Some of y'all don't have these services, this, that, and the other, you know, like I know what times are like, you know, so guardian, entrepreneur, service, BX, all day. All right.
Yeah,
man, for real.
You know, you do, and you I like how you use the word wisdom. You know, I joke around a lot and call myself a Jedi. You know, and everybody know me as that. You know, not Jedi. But I like that. Yeah.
And I don't even look here, y'all. I just met the dude. All right. I'm just telling you. Okay. All right, people. But no, look here, man. I appreciate you being on the show, man. And look here, PostNet, all my people, man, out there. Stratford Avenue, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Bell, all y'all. What's going on?
So I got my 4 locations. So my 4 locations in Bronx, 149th and the Grand Concourse. I got one in Parkchester near Macy's, you know, right near Macy's in Parkchester. I got one on Fordham Road in Fordham Plaza.
Okay.
And one on Allerton Avenue up in the Bronx, on the Northeast Bronx. Yep.
Allerton. I know they ain't far from Stratford, so man, y'all going over there, man. Going over that house. So look here, man, I appreciate you. This has been Word with Ty Brownlow.
Appreciate it.
Man, I've been your host, Ty Brownlow. You can catch me all social media platforms, Word with Ty Brownlow. Man, if you just want to go to my website, tybrownlow.com, you can get this wonderful conversation plus other great conversations. Brother Calvin Thomas, man.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you, man.
All right. We out.